Hey YouTube, Old Man Sethus is back, and we are talking Necrosmith today. Can you beat it in less than 10 tries or thereabouts? And you know what? I'm here to tell you the answer is absolutely. We're going to dive right in here, and I'm going to show you all the strategies that you are going to employ to actually beat this game as quick as you possibly can, if that's what interests you. So let's go ahead and get to it, everybody. All right, folks, here we are, back on my save file. This is the one that I completed today. We're going to take a look. You can see that I already have a lot of the stuff unlocked. It literally only took me right around 10 tries, give or take. I don't really recall. I wasn't really keeping track, but we definitely beat the game already. And again, I'm going to show you how we do it here really, really fast. First of all, we need to start out with what are the most important things for you to be able to beat the game this quickly. The thing that you absolutely paramount need is to upgrade the table cat. The cat has got to be upgraded all the way. This is one of the things you want to max out as quickly as you can because you're going to abuse that right off the bat when you start a play. Now, the other two important things as you're making progress that you want to focus on are going to be the blueprint table, and you're also going to want to focus on the assembly line. The assembly line probably before, or just go back and forth between the assembly line and the blueprint. If you actually employ this strategy right from the bat, you are going to be able to make progress probably 2 or 3 runs in. You're going to need those first couple runs to actually grind out some of the stuff you're going to need to make this possible. But once you get these things up and running, you are going to see right away what exactly is happening. So let's go ahead and get into this run. Let's see what we're going to do. And I'm going to set you up for success in exactly what you want to do when you want to beat this game pretty much on your own terms. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are. We've started our run. You can see what we're working with. Basic bones. We haven't done anything yet. I'm even going to zoom in so you can kind of see what happens. Here's what you want to do immediately when you start this game. Don't even worry about making anything. Don't go over here. Leave these body parts alone. See the table cat? Just start hitting it. Let him fire away. Let him get out there and let him start collecting all the things. You can see I've made a ton of progress. We only need one more thing to actually beat the game. But this is what you're doing. This is literally the only thing that you are going to do probably for a good 30 to 40 minutes. So if you have something else you want to do, if you have something else you want to work on, if you want to chat with some friends, if you just want to keep this off to the side, this is literally all you're going to do. You're going to let the cat run around, do all this collecting of all these materials and everything. You're not even going to make any dead. The only thing you're going to wait on is for every day to come by, and this is where the crypt, or the one that produces body parts, this is where this comes in really, really handy, because after every new day, you see we're getting these body parts. Now, since I have mine completely upgraded, you can see that we're already getting mechanoid legs. So we're going to be able to make a mechanoid probably within like 10 days, like 10 in-game days, right? So this is all we're doing. We're sitting here, we're waiting for the cat to run around and collect some things. And as soon as we get to the point where we're comfortable actually going out with a created monster, that's what we're going to do. I will be back here shortly. I'm going to sit here for a while and do this. I'm going to cut to another part of the video here shortly, and then you'll actually see what's going on. But I want you to take note. We have our first monster, our first enemy layer right north of us. I am going to make sure that this is still here when we're back so you can see immediately what is going on and that I haven't doctored this video at all. See you in a few. All right, everybody, we're back. I've been sitting here for 25 minutes, even though you didn't get to see it all. Literally just smashing the table cat, running around doing everything for us. So as you can see, it's still the same map. Our castle's right there. There's a monster generator right to the north of us. You can see that all of these parts we've generated outside of the mechanoid parts, which we're getting from that upgrade we have back in the main screen. All of these parts that we have collected have strictly come from the table cat. So just sitting here for the last 25 minutes and spamming the table cat whenever it was up has garnered us all of these. So you can do this very early in the game. As long as you have access to the table cat, if it's one of the first things that you actually upgrade, you can start any run like this. You may not get as many parts, but you're more than likely going to find some of the more important parts so you can start this strategy, and that's the harpy and the vampire parts. We're going to take a really quick look at the map here, and you can see exactly what we've all scouted out. We've already, scouted out all this. You can see where our other, enemy generators are. We've gotten all of these. There's a couple dark spots we don't really care about, so we know where all of our targets are right now, because what we're going to do is we're going to make a creature here shortly, and we're going to immediately start beelining for these, but we're only going to make one. We're only going to make one creature, and we're going to control it the entire time. So you can see that we cleared out a lot of the desert biome. We have a pretty good bead on where all of the different enemy layers are here as well. And this is why even a lower level table cat can actually do what we've done right now and get all of these different parts, with the exception of maybe the Cyclops parts and the Jotun parts, excuse me. Because even a low level table cat can make it all the way out to this biome. This is the biome where you're looking for all the vampire and all of the harpy parts. And even then, we haven't cleared out the whole thing. The other very important thing about using the table cat for this strategy is that the table cat is opening up the map for you. We actually have gotten a really good amount of scouting done by employing this strategy. You can already see where all the enemy generators are, or at least a lot of them. As you make progress, you're going to be able to scout it out. You're going to be able to take a look. All right, this is where we're going to have that one. This is where we're going to have this one. You could even spend more time doing it. You could spend so much time just sitting here. All right, table cat's up. Let's go ahead and spam him. Let's see what direction he's running off into. He's running off in this direction. He's going to get us more scouting this way. He might actually end up opening up more of this part of the map as well. Let's just go ahead and follow him really quick and kind of see what's going on. This is why this is so important. This is why you're going to be able to beat this game within 10 runs, because not only are you collecting all these really important parts from this very versatile tool that you have in your toolbox, but you're going to know exactly how to approach it. And even while we've been doing this, the table cat's actually gotten some of these passive resource generators, like the altar and the mana generation. He's out here collecting more stuff. We're probably gonna find a few more body parts while we're at it. There's another one of our monster generators we want to target. So now that you get the general gist of what you're trying to do, and even though it's a little bit tedious and you're not really playing the game as intended, the cheese is very real in this strategy, everybody. This is incredibly effective, and I have absolutely no doubt that any of you are going to be able to beat the game relatively quickly. So there you go. We got another one. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the castle. You can see that we have all of these parts. We can start out right away with one of these really strong parts, but again, I don't want to do that because I want to show you that this is within your grasp within your first 2 to 3 runs. As soon as you upgrade that table cat one time, you can start accessing him and start using this strategy. 1 unit, that's all we're going to make. You can make almost anything, and I think what we're going to make is we're going to make a vampire. Vampires are very fast. They have really good area of effect damage, which is what you're going to want to use in this strategy, and they have a fairly decent vision rate. You could also do a harpy recipe as well. You may not have access to all these. Nosferatu are pretty good as well. The regular basic vampire is really excellent. So we're actually going to start with this guy. We're going to create him. You don't have the vampire recipe, don't worry about it. Once you do the table cat a few times, you'll have it. Head, body, 2 arms, 2 legs are going to be fine. Remember, every time your cat comes off cooldown, keep sending him out. He's going to be scouting out the map for you while you're actually doing all this other stuff. All right, now here is what you do. Pause the game. Go ahead and release the one character that you have actually made, and you can see down here, right down here, there is only one vampire that we're using currently. You're going to immediately get him, you're going to control him, and you're going to start looking around. Where do I want to go? You're going to want to immediately go here. You want to go to this layer because this is the first layer that's closest to your castle, and you want to take it down. Here's the fun thing about this game. Right now, you can see that it immediately procced out enemies, right? That's okay, because we're going to come up here. This guy's going to annihilate him. There's our first layer down. We have the Hall of Bones immediately. You can make that if you want. Some really important blueprints you want to look for while you're doing this is anything that does extra damage, anything that increases your creature's vision, and anything that will actually increase their speed, because the faster you get around the map, the faster you're going to make progress with this strategy. Now, here's what I want you all to notice. Notice that when we came out of the Black Tower, our first enemy generator actually started spitting out enemies. Now, focus on this. See how this enemy layer hasn't started spitting out enemies? That's because the enemy layers are actually only triggered by proximity. So if you spam a bunch of creatures that you can't control, they're going to be running all over the map. They're going to be proccing all of the different enemy generators, and that's when you start getting overwhelmed in this game. So if you only use the one creature and you know where all of these different enemy generators are, then you don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed. Like you can almost forget about your castle. So again, this is why we take this guy right over here. You can see we're creeping right up over here. We bring him up. This is probably going to start spitting out some enemies shortly. Maybe not. Kill it. So we get the Meat Ice House. All of our food makes our dead more viable, plus 20 HP. Not really one that we care about. Now, we don't want to go out into the sand yet. We're going to come around through the rest of this particular area. and we're going to make sure that we take care of every enemy generator. So there's nothing over here. And one of the other things that you want to focus on is, like, let's say the table cat hadn't actually procced these different buildings yet. We would want to actually use our creature to grab them. Like, there's one down here. You can see that we haven't gotten this gold mine. While we're going around, coming back down for this other creature den, we're going to go ahead and grab this gold mine, make sure we get some extra production. We're going to make our way down here to this other monster generator. We're going to take this one out. You can see it's still not doing anything. It's just sitting there. It will start proccing enemies eventually, but obviously doesn't. So we have the harpy at it. Go ahead and take that. Keep on creeping over here. And as you can see, again, we're not being accosted by anything. Nothing's happening. None of the other enemy generators are doing anything. Like these guys out here, they're all passive. All of them are just hanging out. And the reason being because none of our undead that we can't control are wandering around and targeting them. Now, you can see right now that we finally have procced some enemies, but we're just going to jump right back to our character. He's taking care of them anyway. He's actually killed them. And there you go. That's all it takes. So here's the Mithril Armory. This is what we wanted. We actually wanted the additional damage. So we're going to go ahead and start building that out because no reason not to. We'll upgrade it as many times as we can. Maxed it out all the way to level 4. So we're going to be getting even more DPS out of this one vampire. So we're making our way around. There's, I think, one more. There isn't one more. So we're going to grab this. And now we start moving out in concentric circles. Our table cat's on cooldown. Get that table cat out there. Go ahead and let him wander around, do more scouting, like go out here and grab some more resources, whatever the case may be. And before you go into the next one, you want to make sure that you take care of all of these control towers. These things are a pain in the butt. These things don't allow you to keep control over your undead, right? So we're going to come down here. We go down to this guy. Go ahead and murk this one. And once you have a clear path and you know you don't have to worry about these things screwing up the strategy, you can start making your way out here. So we're going to start looking around. Where's our first generator that we have in the desert biome? Right over there. So now we don't have to worry about like our control being broken. So we come out this way. On the way, we can go ahead and take care of this gold mine. And as we grab this gold mine, we're just going to make our way over here. We're going to nuke this thing down, and we're going to call it a day. Now, reminder, you can do this. You can do this very early in the game. You do not have to be high level. See, this is why we picked a vampire. Vampire just murked that entire thing. So we sit here and we wait. What we're hoping for right now is maybe more speed, more vision, more damage, literally anything. There you go. More armor for our dead. Doesn't really matter right now. We're going to pause it really fast. We're actually going to kill this vampire. We're just going to kill him. So you only want one. You only want one creature on the board at any given point in time. That way you don't lose track of where you're going. And that way you don't actually make a lot of those other enemy generators start generating enemies. And our table cat hasn't procced anything. Table cat can run around as much as he wants. He never actually causes anything to attack. This guy's still up here just waiting to get absolutely wrecked. So we're going to come back. We're going to make one more. We're going to actually just go ahead and make our mechanoid stormtrooper, and you're going to see how much faster this can even go. So when you start getting the different meta progress done, you're going to see how much faster the strat actually goes. So we release him, we grab him, and we just start moving up. He's a little bit slower, but his damage is going to be absolutely crazy. Now, this is why we were hoping to actually get extra speed from our blueprints. Obviously, this is very, very slow. So we have to sit here, we have to wait, we have to make our way all the way back up here. We're totally okay with just going right into these because he's going to walk in here and it's going to die very quickly. So you can see already, he's coming right up. We can't control him anymore. He gets right up to it and it's going to die right now. So there you go. One shot, easy enough. Come right up here. Go ahead and let this one go down as well. And it's gone. And that's all she wrote. And you can even do other things that might even be faster. You can mix and match different body parts if you want a little bit more area of effect. You can absolutely, actually, I'll show you all really fast. I actually made our own very special one that's not currently in here. Yeah, here we go. Hoovy McSaint Gun was the name of our created undead. He had 2 demon legs, an angel head, a tyrannid, or a draconic body, and then 2 of the flamer arms from the mechanoids. And let me tell you, this guy was absolutely positively creaming everything very, very quickly. There's a really quick tip if you want to make it go faster, if you're really just wanting to say, hey, screw it, I want to beat this game. This is an excellent, excellent way to do it. So we're going to come up here, cut right through all them, no problem at all. Move back up here, cut through all them, go ahead and chunk this thing down. He dies, it dies, and that's it. So this is your strategy. This is what you want. We haven't gotten any of the actual blueprints we want, but you just want to focus on controlling one undead. You want to go out in each one of these concentric circles that are pretty well defined by the different biomes. You go from, you know, where you landed to this like marsh area, to the desert, to the fields, and then so on and so forth. You're going to find other biomes outside of here. You can see the corner of the snow biome right there. But that's what you do. And you never ever make sure that you make more than the one controllable character. You walk around, you kill everything, and you grab all of your resource nodes as you go by. And that's how you're going to beat it within 10 runs. I promise you that. I hope that this was informative for everyone. I hope that you all gathered a little bit more information and gleaned some really cool stuff here. The fact that you could go back and kill all these, not really necessary as well, but again, I hope that really explains exactly how this strategy works and how you can beat Necrosmith within 10 runs, give or take a couple. I hope it was really informative. If you have any questions, ask them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Get out there, create some undead, have a good time. Play around with your body parts while you're doing this strategy. Even if you just want to create some wild undead, you can always release them and immediately kill them. It's not really that big of a deal. That's how you can fill out your recipe book as well. But I hope everyone had an awesome time watching this very quick video, very informative video, I hope. And again, anything, like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have questions. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll definitely be seeing you again soon. Good luck with Necrosmith, and I hope you beat it as quickly as possible. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Be sure to leave your comments below, like and subscribe, and we'll definitely see you again soon. A huge shout out to my Patreons who continue to make this possible.